But I came into this program after spending 16 years taking my ex-husband's inventory. He had problems with intimacy. That was my diagnosis. And I'm a trained professional, so I knew. But I went to another 12-step program, and the other thing that happened, and then I started realizing that I had difficulty with relationships, that I would stay in a relationship that wasn't working for me because I was afraid of abandonment. And I was in a relationship where it was in a non-relationship. I mean, we went our separate ways, literally. I remember the moment when I knew that we were going our separate ways at the wedding reception. It's like he was with his friends and I was with my friends, and at the wedding night, we couldn't have sex. So that was, and for 16 years, since I am a fantasy addict, I kept up the fantasy that we were going to get together, we were going to work through he was going to work through his intimacy issues, and then we were going to live happily ever after, we knew our vows, etc. I kept that up for 16 years. But I was also working with a therapist, and as a therapist, where I would sit in her office and we would have conversations, and I would look at her bookcase. And one day, this book caught my attention, and it was Sexual Anorexia by Patrick Carnes. And I got up, and I picked up the book, and I'm like, aha, this is the answer. Of course, he needed to read the book, not me. So I even went to, like, the couples recovery because he didn't want to go, and I went to it, just a phone meeting, because I couldn't get myself to go to a face-to-face meeting. I've done all my recovery via telemeeting. So the fact that I'm here is a testament to this program. And so, again, I tried to convince him that he had this problem, and I couldn't. So then I decided I was going to work on it myself. But I was a tourist. I came to the program as a tourist. I went to meetings, and I would go to the women's meetings, but I was very intimidated by all the outer circle behaviors, because after all, I'm an avoidant. I did act out in my past, but I have not acted out. I was acting in for 16 years. So, and I'm also a researcher. So then I started going to men's meetings, and I started just kind of like listening to see, so that I could learn and know men better, so that I could take my ex-husband's inventory. But anyway, but I just kept showing up. And then finally, on December 24th, 2014, when I thought I was healthy enough, I had started trying to date, and I started texting with this guy, and I got into this really incredible fantasy and love addiction. And I happened to get a call, as higher power would have it, I'll wrap it up. I happened to get a call from another woman in the program who's an avoidant. And I just bawled to her and asked her to sponsor me, and that was it. And then I started working the steps.